Hi everyone, my name is Wisdom, and for a long time I've not been consistent on this channel. I've not been serious. I've not been doing anything, right? But this time and this period now, I want to plunge myself out there. I want to get started. I want to do the work, actual work, right? Now, what I'm going to do is over the course of 100 days, starting from November 2024. I'm going to be working on the blog for 2 to 3 hours every day, and then after working on the blog for 2 to 3 hours every day, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to post it on YouTube and then the podcast too. Right now, I currently don't even know what the name of the podcast will be, but it will be on the podcast, it will be on YouTube. So whatever platform you listen to podcast on, you get the Building Public video. Also, if you subscribe to the newsletter, you see the link in the description, Beehive. You will get a written newsletter, the details step by step of the update. So if you're not able to watch the video, you can follow along with the newsletter, right? And every day, just get that. Okay. And on Twitter, once in a while, I'll post the updates of what I've done for that day. So the idea is simple. The idea is simple. I know that I'm capable, but for most times, you just realize that you not work from the blog for 3 to 4 days. But when you're doing this challenge, guess what? Your accountability and a lot of people are going to build along with you. The lot of importance and yeah, it keeps you accountable, right? Because now I know that I'm not going to sit down here and tell you what I intend to do. Instead, I'll be talking about what I've done, the progress and the results, but majorly what I've done for the day. So before I proceed and talk about plans and everything and some of the goals I have for this challenge, let me talk about what I've done for today. Now, currently, I've filmed 4 videos, right? I filmed 4 videos, and I filmed 4 videos. I have not edited or I've not edited them yet, but I filmed 4 videos, and those videos later on will be edited and then scheduled for the different platforms, right? So I've edited 4 videos, and before I even started, I did a brain dump of the tasks that I need to be working on my blog, right? Because right now, my brain, there's so many things I could be working on, so many things, and this overwhelm of a thing, it makes blogging and everything so hard because you're like, what should I be working? What should I be working? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a brain dump because that's what I did. I took a piece of paper, something very simple, let's not complicate it. Think of all the things that you could possibly do to make your blog like increase traffic, increase monetization. One could be creating a course, creating a digital product. It could be creating joining affiliate programs and promoting affiliate programs, doing reviews and all that. It could also be join on Pinterest and adding Pinterest to your strategy, being on YouTube. Like, what are the possible things you could do for your brand, right? Because right now I'm not just thinking of blog as a blog. I'm thinking of brand. Now, currently I have 3 blog. I have one in the writing niche, one in the holiday niche, one in the education niche, right? So the 3 different blogs, right? And then there's this brand Beauty Public, but majorly 3 blogs, right? And so for each of those 3 blogs, I have a YouTube channel and everything. So currently today, I've created content. I've created 4 videos, and this will make it the 5th video that I've made. So for the videos are across different brands. So that's the whole idea. So before I go into the core essence of what this video will be about and everything, there's so many things I want to talk about. Now, if you notice that there are things that you want me to expatiate and talk about, please let me know and I'll expand on them and talk to them in subsequent episodes and all that. So the first thing is I've decided on a goal to make $1,000 in 45 days. And so I looked at myself and I asked myself, say, how is that even possible? How are you going to make $1,000 in 45 days, right? Because right now in the next 45 days, I need that money to pay for my softwares, to sort out a lot of things, to outsource work, to do so many things. Because right now, the only thing I have is time, and the time I have is not even enough because I have only 2 to 3 hours to work on the blog a day, and then I have other things I need to do. Right? I'm a student, and student is not just a full-time job. It's both school and then you come back and you do the thing itself. So just 2 to 3 hours is what I have to work. So what I've looked at once I did the brain dump, I realized that after doing the brain dump, I realized that okay, now I'm looking at okay, based on the time and resources I have, what will give me the most results, right? Do this. Okay. Now, so I'm looking at automations, I'm looking at AI tools, I'm looking at so many other things. Now, this is the first episode, so I'm not gonna overload you with so many things. I will just share my $1,000 in 45 days challenge. So how am I going to do that? First, affiliate marketing. And what's the platform I'm choosing? I'm choosing YouTube, right? I'm choosing YouTube to do my affiliate marketing. So how do I intend to do that? Well, it's very simple. I will make videos. Now, imagine, right? Say you get $20 commission because the software is I'm promoting, right? Imagine you get $20, right? For each sale you make. As well, let's not say there's no recurring, just $20, right? For each sale you make, right? As your commission. Now, in order to make $1,000, you need 50 sales, right? Yeah, that's it, 50 sales. Now, if in order to get $1,000, I need 50 sales, what if for each video I make and I publish on YouTube, now I'm not talking about views, I'm not talking about likes, I'm not talking about click links or anything. I'm just talking about for each video, if each video I make on YouTube gives me one sale, like each video makes someone to click and go buy, right? One sale, right? It means I need to make minimum of 50 videos in order to get the $1,000, right? Now, what if I could make so if I need to make 50 videos in order to get the $1,000? Now, another way I could do it is, what if I increase the softwares I promote such that the softwares I promote, it could be, let's say, $50 or $90 per commission, right? Or $100 per commission, depending on the software, such that I'll need 10 sales in order to get $1,000. So I don't know if the math is making sense to you. So if each sale you make, you get $20, you need 50 sales in order to make $1,000. But if each sale you make, you get paid $100, you need 10 persons to buy in order to get $1,000, right? So right now, the softwares I'll be promoting, the range will be between, the commission will be between $20 to $100 or even more, right? So the mass will know, but I just want to be very conservative. I don't want to be like, those guys like, you make $5 million or stuff like that doing this, and then they will show you a channel and then they show you the stuff and say this is estimated. No, 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 no. Let's be conservative. You're going to see me try it out, and I'm going to show you the results and everything. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll move on, right? We'll keep moving, but we'll have to try it first. So now, if it's $20 and I need to make 50 videos, let's do it by two times two. So I need to make 100 videos in order to get $1,000, right? So that's it. So based on that, I've decided that across the different brands, I'm going to make 100 videos. So the 100 videos is the part I can control. I will make good thumbnails. I will make detailed video, helpful videos, solving problems, and the different types of affiliate videos I could be making. And this is ones I can control. And then if one person makes clicks on it and buys, I could make $1,000. So now the $1,000 and the buyer and everything, I can't control that part, but I can control the 100 videos. Now, for the channels I'll be doing, I'll be giving lead magnets. So what will be lead magnets? I want to get people to my email list, right? That way I can always sell to them in the future, not just now, right? So that's the whole idea. So I'm starting a new brand where I talk about softwares and everything for creators and all that. And if people click on the link to buy, register and stuff like that, they get commission. And so that's how I intend to make $1,000. So that $1,000 is my emergency fund, right? But along with the three other brands, I'll be building along in public. And so the major goal for me now is to set up a system that I can publish consistently, right? I can publish consistently. So that's like the major thing I'm looking at: publish consistently across the three major platforms, across the blog, YouTube, newsletter for all brands, right? I'm writing it down, right? Even while I'm talking to you guys. So there's blog, there's YouTube, there's newsletter. And depending on if it's applicable, I'll add Pinterest to it. But Pinterest is not necessarily a content platform. It's more like a purely promotion platform. But it's the content platform is blog, YouTube, newsletter, and then podcast. So that's four. So now the sweet thing, I'll tell you guys, and you're like, oh, what about sweeter? What about this? What about that? Sweet thing is that if you can focus on creating really valuable masterpieces in terms of content, or in podcast, in the blog, in YouTube, in newsletter, you have a ton of content to repurpose for your different reels, for your different platforms. Like what you just need to do is probably set up an automation, which I would learn, or just get someone to be your repurposing officer. And the person probably be very good at repurposing. And what they will just do is, you've paid for the software and everything, they will just repurpose the content, and you have a ton, like more than enough content to like post on social media. And so when you become really active on social media, people start wondering, dude, how's this guy so consistent and stuff like that, right? So podcast, blog, YouTube, newsletter for all four brands. So that's the whole idea. So majorly the question is, how would I be monetizing? So just starting out, nothing much. I'll be monetizing through ads, and I'll be monetizing through affiliate programs. So yeah, that's the first for now. So later on, because why I said ads and affiliate programs is there are other forms of monetizing, but ads and affiliate programs are the forms of monetization that requires little effort in order to set up, right? Other forms of monetization like membership, community, courses, digital products, those forms of monetization, you need to put things in place. You need to set things up in order to be able to, in order to what am I even saying? In order to to use tap those platforms, but then they earn more, and the percentage and everything is like more. You earn more just from a small amount of traffic, but majorly it's ads and affiliate programs. And I'm doing podcast, blog, YouTube, newsletter. Now that's it. Everything is just shaky and everything, but the whole idea is to build in public, is to build a brand in public, and each of these brands to build them to be strong, to be different. And if you want me to expand on each of the brands and blogs I'm building on and working on, I'd gladly want to do that. Like that would be really, really exciting. Let me take a screenshot so that I'll use for the thumbnail. Oh, I'm smiling too much. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is I've been thinking so far that how do I make this thing so like really, really easy for me, right? Because right now I want to set up a system in place such that it's easy for me to record, it's easy for me to film myself, it's easy for me to like making videos is super easy, right? And yeah, that's the thing. So currently I'm having different thoughts. One of the things I've been thinking of is I can get someone to do actual like research for me, like gather data, gather the research and everything, right? But the thing is, I will have to train someone, of course, but that will take some time. But I'm thinking about that. That's like an option in my mind right now. The other thing I'm thinking of is I need to set up automations in place. But the funny thing is that I realized that when I was quietly, it's not like I started, I already have these blogs online, right? A couple of blog posts, maybe 3 to 4, 5 blog posts in some of the blogs, right? But I have blogs active online, and then I have another blog that is like giving me up to like $27 per month, right? So I have things in place, but they're not exactly what I would say, why I have made it, right? But what I realized was that the core, because when I talked about, earlier when I talked about brain dump, like dumping and writing everything you need to be doing, you should be doing, so that you can reduce overwhelm, right? You can use anything you like, but just something very simple so that there's no friction in writing. Why I talked about that is that I noticed that every other thing that I could be doing, the growth, everything about my business was connected and tied to creating content. And that was the part that I needed to spend much time on. And every other thing will sort out itself. You know how the Bible talks about seeking first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added onto it, right? And that was exactly so. I'll explain what I mean. If I start creating content, right, and I start creating consistent content, right, once I start doing that, like for example, I start creating consistent YouTube videos, I'll have a YouTube channel that's functional. I'll start getting views. People will start joining my newsletter. People will start subscribing, right? I might not get millions of views, but I'll start getting views, stuff like that. It's consistent. Now, that YouTube video, I will repurpose it into a detailed blog post on my website. Now, I don't have to do a new research. In 5 minutes, I can get a fully functional blog post with not AI generated, like fully functional, because it's going to take the transcript, it's going to format it, put it into different points, and then I'll add screenshots and put it on my website. So I have a full blog post down to my website with the video embedded on the website. I don't know if you get in 5 to 6, 7 minutes. It's not going to take a lot of time. That's going to be full functional there. Boom. So I would be consistent because I'm consistent on creating YouTube videos. I'm consistent on the blog side. Now I'll have things to promote to the newsletter. And then see if everything is making sense. Now I'll be ranking on search. I'll be ranking on and then I'll have things I'll promote on Pinterest. And then also, of course, I'll have things to talk about on the podcast and every other thing. Right? So you see, once I start creating content, I'll get in front of people. I would nurture the audience. The website, people will be able to see ads when they read the content, but they'll have to be the content for people to read. And then I'll also be able to promote affiliate programs, and people will be able to join my email list that I will be able to communicate with them and everything. You see how everything connects to the content. And I realized that okay, now for most of you, creating content consistently, that might not be a problem. But for me, that was my problem, right? So you might realize that, okay, what is that thing that is stopping me? Like, if I can do, I would make so much progress, right? So that's the thing you should be working on. For me, it's creating content. Every other thing, every other also thing is optimization. These are things I could do in a day or 2 days, right? They're important, but they are not really like the things, right? They are fancy, they are sweet, they are interesting, but they're not the things holding me from growing. They're not the things holding me from making progress, right? So once you identify that thing, you look at this or say based on this, based on if I use my time and what will be the best investment. Okay, I looked at that. So I was talking about, I think I should be right? This is the first time. Probably I should be making an outline. That way it will be easier for me to talk about these things. Earlier on, I talked about how I intend to get some gears. So I want to get gears so that I can record in noisy environment, record in anywhere. Because right now I'm recording at home, but things will change. Maybe when exams comes up and everything, I want to be able to hold. I do have a tripod. I can't. Where did I keep it? Just give me one moment. Let me find my tripod. If you are listening, uh, okay. For this is for my hand. It looks as if the hand is located. This is for the YouTube viewers. But if you are listening on Spotify, it's a small selfie tripod. Let me just show you. So I do have this. I bought it earlier on. So you see the thing. I've spent some so little cash I earned and everything from the blog. I spent it in buying tools, but then I realized that yeah, buying tools is great, but what's the use of tools when you don't create content, right? So you see this. I think is this how long it can go? Oh, I thought this thing was longer than this. Oh, so you put the phone at the mouth point, and then you can film outside and just hold yourself. It does have a Bluetooth control. Yeah, so you can use it to without having to go touch your phone. You can use it to start and play a video and record. So you can record multiple videos without having to go and change anything. You see, this is how long. Is this how long it is? You can also set it up for your table. So let's say you want to record on the table, and you can just set it up like this, adjust the length, and that way you're able to make your video and film and do what you want to do. You get uh I thought this stuff was longer was longer than this. Wow, why? Wow. Okay, but it gets the job done. That way, you see that you get a full view because I've tested it. You get a full view and you're able to record and do everything outside. So you can just go to a place that is quiet, a couple of shade, not too bright, and you can adjust the brightness setting in your camera on your phone, and you're able to do that. And then I also have a tripod, which is where this the phone that is filming right now is on, and that's what I use at home. So this one goes with me everywhere. You see how portable it is, right? See, this is how portable it is. Really portable. Very light too. Very light. Very light. So it goes with me on any of my bags and everything, anywhere I am going. Right? Because my phone, my tripod goes with me. So what I'm intending to get is a lavalier mic, right? A very good one at that. Very good one. Because I don't want to spend time editing and removing audio noise and all those things. Because I've tried those noise remover. They don't do justice to my voice. So I can get something really nice. And once I get those three things, I can film my video anywhere. So while I'm coming back in the evening, I can just while walking, I can film it or just sit down, and film the videos and make the videos. I don't want to make it really stressful and hard. So those are the things I've decided to put in place, and yeah, that's it. One of the things, so many things I want to talk about. If you want me to expand on each of them and future episodes, I would gladly do that because the episode would be I'll talk about what I've done for that day, and then I'll talk about some of the things some of the things I've learned and new ideas and all that. So one of the things I've noticed that has been really hard is that some of the tasks we think is hard is not hard because there are two things that makes things hard. There's the task is inherently hard. Okay, I'll give an example. Let's say you start pushing a truck. Like even if you've been pushing truck for a long time, that task is hard. Yeah, it's hard. And then I think three things that make work hard. The first is that you don't know how to do it. You have no how. You don't have the know-how. So, for example, if I say, I remember when I started blogging, the first time I was like, build a website. I was like, dude, I don't even know how to code. And I was like, spending a long time. I was like, it was just a Herculean task. I did not know how to do. But then when I started, I took some research. I did my first blog. I have the know-how. Right. And then second thing is the muscle memory. Like how many times have you done it? So if you've done something the first time, you have the know-how. It's not so hard, it's not so difficult. But considering you've not done it multiple times, your hand is not exactly very strong. So right now I've built three blogs, sorry, four blogs, right? One for someone else. I built three blogs for myself. And now the experience I have, the problems I've encountered and everything is different. So the essence that I'm at a point now where I can create a minimum viable product blog for anyone on WordPress in about 2 to 3 hours, and the blog will be live, and you will love it. It will be good and ready to go. Right? So simple. So it could be less, it could be 1 hour, but like 2 to 3 hours is like the max it will just take. And within a couple of time, I'm done. 2 or 3 pomodoros, I'm done. Right? I'm ready to go. But it wasn't always like that. Like it was so scary because the thing is this There are so many tasks that it takes me 4 hours to do, takes me 5 hours to do, but it actually takes me 100 hours of procrastinating that actual task. And then the funny mistake I tend to make is I then add that time it took me to it, and I'm like, dude, seriously? But when in actual sense it takes 4 hours. So because we don't have the know-how, because we don't have the muscle memory. Once we know they have the know-how, we have the muscle memory. What we realize is that the task is might be take time, but it will not be that difficult because we know what we are doing, right? Yeah, we know, like filming a video. Yeah, it's I'm not gonna say it's easy per se. It's not. I'm gonna sit down, talk to camera. But once you figure out how to be on camera, how to speak to camera, how to be on, have to have camera presence, have to expatiate and be articulate your thoughts and everything. It becomes less frightening, becomes less difficult. Um, it of course it's still work, but it's less scary. So it's something that you can easily just put without friction, right? Because for me, what makes work seem hard most of the times is the friction. And for focus, think of it this way: most of the things you know how to do, for at a point in time it was difficult, it was hard, but once you figured it out, it's easy. So for most new things that we're doing, it's going to be hard because we don't know how to do it and we've never even tried it. So once we figure it out, it's 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 not like it will be. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So there will be less friction in doing the thing, right? Imagine, for example, yeah, there will be less friction. That's what I mean to say. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love if you subscribe to the newsletter in the link below. And anything, any ideas, anything you're considering, anything, let's just talk about it. There's no necessary structure or anything. Just ask your questions and I'll make that the next video idea. Until next time, I'm Wisdom. Let's go get some bread.